And good morning once again, YouTube, and welcome back to Watches and Wonders. Once again, it is myself, Tom, behind the camera. And if you would like to see what I get on with on a regular basis away from the watches, please give us a follow on our socials at watches_wonders on Instagram and Watches and Wonders on TikTok. I will be reviewing and showing early releases of certain watches that I will be reviewing coming up, along with some bushcraft and a few other things that I enjoy getting on with on my day-to-day basis. Now today, in front of us, I'm pretty sure many people recognise this silhouette, but we have a Addisdive in front of us today, and as you can see, it is homaging the world-renowned and very, very famous Rolex Submariner in what I would say is probably the most Rolex Submariner colourway as well. The most recognisable one, the black face and black bezel. Now, unlike the Rolex, this one has a much more confusing name. So, this is the Addiesdive MY-H3 2AC. Now, instead of doing that tongue twister, I am just going to refer to it as the Addiesdive Sub, just to make things a little bit easier. So, let's get into this watch then. Once again, like a lot of Addiesdive, along with Steel Dive, and most of the micro brands as well that have been churning out, this uses a Seiko movement. Now, I'm pretty sure that everyone is getting used to the Seiko movements. This one is using the MY-H3, which has a 40-hour power reserve, 21,600 beats per hour at 3 Hz, and a 21 joule movement. Seiko have been making these for years now. They are fantastic movements. They are built like absolute tanks. I've only ever had one out of all the watches I have owned over many years. I've only ever had one that I've had a problem with, which I guess isn't really that bad, to be honest. So, let's get into the dimensions of this watch. We have, across the case, 41mm. So, as a few people will know, that is the size of the new Rolex Submariners. They have gone up a millimetre. A lot of people don't understand why. A lot of people don't even see the difference. Myself, I do prefer the 41, even though I do have small wrists. We have a lug-to-lug of 48. We are 13mm thick, so it is quite a thick boy. And we have a 7mm crown there, which is sitting beautifully in between them crown guards. Now, personally, I'd say Addisdive have done really well here. It's a stunning watch. I've had it on for the last few days. I've been to work in it. I've just been out and about with the family in it, and it has kept time really well. It's an amazing watch. That is the best way I can really put it. Addiesdive have completely and utterly blown it out of the park with this one. I've had a few Submariner homages over the years, and this one has been and remains to be my favourite. They're fantastic for what you get. Genuinely fantastic. So, we have a weight of 158 grams with the full bracelet on, measured down to my wrist, which has had 5 links removed, and we are down at 129 grams. So, just to help people understand just how small my wrists really are. Looking at the face of this watch, you will see we have Addisdive along the face with automatic 200 meters. This is the first watch where I can turn around and say, I 100% believe this will do 200 meters. I have had the back off. It's got a beautiful washer in the back of it to help the water stop going in. But the main thing is that crown. So when I first got this watch, the actual crown felt stiff. And when unwinding it and finally winding it back up and screwing it back in, I noticed there to be a relatively thick washer. So even now, it's a little bit stiff to undo. Which, to be honest, I don't mind if I know Not sure if you'll be able to see that in there. There we are. I don't mind it being stiff if I know at the end of it I'm going to get what is advertised from it. And I won't ever do 200 meters diving. I don't believe I will anyway. But sometimes it's just nice to have for desk diving, as people say. And when I'm out at work in the woods and we do get hit by some bad weather, I don't really have to worry about my watch. I don't have to worry about it if we're going fishing or anything like that. So this is one that I do genuinely believe will do that 200 meters. So, looking at the face of the watch, we have a 120 click unidirectional bezel with quite a nice click. Let's see if you can hear that. Now, we have had better bezel action, but that one does line up perfectly. You feel every single click and it stays exactly where you've put it. We have a convex sapphire flat mirrored crystal covering the face of this watch with BGW9 kg Swiss Lume for the hands, the hour markers and the bezel, which I am very, very happy with. I love a full loomed bezel. I believe they are one of the most beautiful bezels that you can get when you've got that beautiful blue glow. I will show this lit up at the end, all fully loomed up at the end of the video, along with a few pictures that me and my mate have got over the last couple of days. Myself wearing the Addisdive and him wearing a steel dive. Pretty much the exact same watch, using the exact same movements, just a few differences in looks. But absolutely fantastic. And something I did learn very recently, now if you actually buy an Addisdive off of the Addisdive website, they have now actually started giving a 3-year warranty. Now, that is unheard of throughout the AliExpress brands normally. I don't even believe San Martin give you a 3-year warranty. So finding out that these guys do has been really, really good, to be honest. It's quite nice to see a company finally giving a decent warranty. So let's take a look at this bracelet anyway. So we have the stereotypical oyster style bracelet. Do not be fooled, it isn't 3 links, it is just 2 with the polish going on in the middle to make it look like a 3-link oyster bracelet. We have 3 micro adjusts, which personally I would have preferred a little bit more due to the links being quite big. It could actually be quite hard to find a fit to your wrist. And then this is my drawback. We have a stamped clasp. Now, I guess they do have to skimp out on money somewhere. This watch has a lot of things that you don't even find nowadays on £500, £600 watches. Seiko. And I know I send a lot of shots at Seiko, and it's annoying because my favourite watch in my collection is actually a Seiko. It is a Seiko that my missus got me, that I find incredibly beautiful, and is probably my most worn watch of all time. And I believe it is just in my box to the side of me. So if you give me 1 second, I will just grab that out for you. And here she is. So this isn't just your standard Seiko 5. I was very fortunate with this one. This was part of their 140th anniversary. But even for a limited edition run, they gave us the exact same as they always do. Cheap clasp, cheap bracelet, but one of the most beautiful dials I've ever seen. And everything lines up. So well done, Seiko. You've actually done something. Your quality control on these ones were very, very good. Got to admit. But back to the Addiesdive. When it comes to these watches, I paid £46 for this watch. And it blows out of the water my £200, £300 watches. There's not much that I can really say about this watch when it comes to bad. There's not many dislikes on it. My opinion on it is it's absolutely fantastic. Really, really, really is. Besides that clasp, I do genuinely think this watch is bordering on perfect. The only thing that I really hate about it is I wish Addisdive would just finally make their own designs. They've been starting to design a few faces that have been absolutely stunning. So come on guys, if you can do that, I believe it is time that you can start designing your own watches. Now I'm going to give this a little power up, and I'll be back with you in a second with a full Lume shot. And here we are. Now I do apologise. Once again, I am not doing this in the darkest of rooms. I have turned the lights off, but I do have a beautiful open window just near me. So I will try and get some night shots, and I will add a few pictures at the end just to show just how well these do light up in the dark. But yeah, so this has been Tom with Watches and Wonders. Thank you for checking in. Please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. I do read all my comments and I appreciate all my likes. This has taken off a little bit quicker than I did expect, so I really do appreciate you all. And there will be a giveaway at 100 subscribers. So as soon as we hit the 100, I will be giving away, well, actually, you'll have to wait and see, won't you? But anyway, this has been Tom from Watches and Wonders. Thank you and goodbye.